All right, and we're live.
All right, look at that fancy intro right there. How about that? Um, let me. Okay, we're on Luke's channel right now because I've been showing. Last night, or not last night, Saturday night, the live stream. Well, last night I found out about it. Got flagged for hate speech. Now, I don't know exactly what was considered hate. This is so fucked up with YouTube. They say that this like 2.5 hour live stream contains hate speech, and they don't tell you where in it there's hate speech.
They don't give you
So
a
I
time
can't.
number or anything?
No, they didn't give me anything. They didn't tell me. It's hate speech. Not why, not what specifically. Just it's hate speech. So I mean, even if I'm so inclined as to go ahead and cuck and be a good little goy and follow the rules, how can you when you don't know what the rules are? So if I had to guess, I'd say one of two topics ended up being the quote-unquote hate speech. One, I took the bold stance that people who build bridges should know what the fuck they're doing so innocent people don't die. That we should get some competent people, not dipshit diversity hires. That was my bold stance there. I also took the bold stance. Now, this was very hateful. It was practically another Showa. I took the bold stance that you shouldn't put your mouth on a baby's genitalia. I know, but hear me out, folks. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm just kind of the mindset that baby dick doesn't go in your mouth. All right? I know I'm like a prude like that, but that's just how I roll.
Now, just to be clear, we're not against the defense of religion, but there has to be a line somewhere.
Yes, the specific story, it was in the New York Post, was that a sect of rabbis, when they do the circumcision ritual, they will then suck on the penis to help the blood clot or whatever, like it's 4,000 fucking years ago, and medical science hasn't advanced since then. And apparently these fucking Ferengi, we'll call them that, are so goddamn rancid with diseases that babies died of herpes. This is how this came to light. Because herpes is something that can be very deadly to an infant. Babies died of herpes because of this fucking shit. And I took the bold stance that, hey, you know what? Maybe we don't put baby dick in our mouth. Maybe that's just a general rule of society, okay? Maybe that could be rule number 1 of any fucking country. No baby dick going in the mouth. Period. All right? I can't think of any scenario in which that's called for. So that might have gotten me showed off the YouTube. Point is, for 90 days, starting yesterday, I am not able to stream. Unless I appealed it, so unless, they decide otherwise, I'm not able to stream. So we'll be streaming on Luke's channel now. This is sort of a test run. We want to get bugs out for Saturday. We'll be doing the Saturday show here.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm looking forward to all the cool, fun stuff we get to do.
Yeah, because when I first saw it, immediately I'm like, I thought, for a second I was thinking like I'm going to have to cancel the Patreon or something, because I can't be charging patrons for content I am literally unable to produce. I mean, I know I also do videos. Luke animates them, and they turn out really well. I'm very proud of them. But let's be real. Nobody gives a shit about them. They don't get the views the live streams do. They're a passion project more than anything else. It's not really why people tune into my channel. People tune into my channel for the live streams. I don't know also if it was some sort of automated system, or if somebody reported me. I don't know. Whoever reported me, I mean, why don't you try being a man and, actually come on the show. I'm desperate to get people to come on the show to tell me what an asshole I am. I would love to get more contentious callers. I would love to get people who take a bold stance against me on something. Like the people really outside my wheelhouse. So, stop being a pussy and actually call into the show. Instead of hiding behind block buttons and reporting buttons and all this other faggotry.
But I guess that's kind of the whole heart of our opposition, isn't it?
It's a shame. It was such a good show, too. I feel bad for the people who didn't get to hear it. Because I know the majority of people that listen to that live stream do so through the course of the week. I mean, they'll get typically around 1,000 views. And, I'm lucky if I'm getting 100 people listening live. So, it's what, 10% of the people listening live that actually listen to it,
It's pretty good.
A lot of people missed it. So, and that's a shame. It was a damn good show. Matt Forney was telling me all about the Traditionalist Workers' Party and the shenanigans going on with that, and that was hilarious. Motherfucker actually lives in a trailer park. What's his name? Heimbach or something?
Matthew Heimbach, that's him.
Yeah. What else? What else did we talk about?
Oh, and the Star Wars. Oh, I was wondering if it was like you saying Star Wars is failing in China because they don't like black people kissing Asian girls.
Huh. Yeah, but I didn't even... I mean, maybe. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows what triggered some fucking bug man working at YouTube? Somebody says YouTube alternative win. This is the other thing I want to talk about. And then we'll move on to other topics, because I'm not going to harp on it all night. But... something needs to be done. Like what was it? The bass stick man, Kyle something or another. He had his PayPal shut down recently, right? And he had over $1,000 in donations in his PayPal. That PayPal just stole. Okay, they just stole. That's gone. It's not returned to the donators. It's not given to Kyle. They stole. Can you imagine if your bank account said, you're a little to the right of fucking Karl Marx? So we're going to steal your checking account? We're just going to take it? Like, that was done to him. They just took the fucking money from him and threw him off the site. And that's just one example. What happened to me was completely unfair. What happened to me on Twitter was completely unfair. I'll grant that, my troll account getting showed. He woke as fuck Kirby kind of had it coming, let's be real. But the Bechtloff did not. Milo, it was completely unjustified what happened to fucking Milo on Twitter. If you're on Facebook, if your meme's just a touch too spicy, you got your 30-day ban there. And lots of people use Facebook as a way to keep in touch with friends and family. So, in a way, though, Facebook is a bit smarter, more insidious about it. They just give you the temporary ban because they want to adjust your behavior. Yeah, Zuckerberg's a particularly insidious bug man. But this shit's got to stop. Okay? And nobody who is in a position to do anything about it is doing anything about it. I mean, there's got to be some free speech lawyers out there who willing to do some lawsuits. You try to talk to some of these Republican congressmen about it. You email them about it or some shit like that. About this. If this shit continues, your base is not going to be able to have its voice heard. Well, I'd rather see a free market solution. Yeah, I'd rather see a free market solution too. I'd also rather my balls be in Taylor Swift's mouth right now. But we don't always get what we want in this life. Yes, I would much rather a free market solution, but it doesn't look like that's fucking happening. And sometimes monopolies exist because they're natural monopolies. Sometimes industries don't really need two of something. Or sometimes a company basically built an industry or something. I don't like the idea of breaking up monopolies. I never have. To me, it always feels like punishing a winner. That said, though, when you are a monopoly, there's a certain amount of responsibility. As I said, your bank can't decide it doesn't like who you voted for, so it's going to take away your checking account. The power company can't decide, oh, you said nigger, kike, or faggot sometime, in the last week, so we're going to cut off your power. No, as long as you're paying your bill, the juice keeps flowing. And that's how the fuck it needs to be. With Facebook, with Twitter, with YouTube. As long as you're not doing anything illegal, you know, threatening people's lives, child pornography, shit like that. You know, they don't get show it. You don't get show it off these platforms. Something needs to be done about it. And I don't, like I said, nobody that's in a position to do anything about it is doing anything about it. And I don't know what to do about it. I mean, you know, this isn't my life or my livelihood. I have a lot of other things going on. I don't make a living doing this. I would be afraid. Like, if for some reason I blew up tomorrow and my Patreon was at, like, you know, $5,000 or something like that, I'd still be kind of afraid to quit my job. Because, you know, how soon is that going to get yanked out from under me somehow, you know? Is Patreon tomorrow going to decide I'm an evil Nazi and throw me off? I don't know. I don't know. So like I said, this isn't my livelihood. I have a day job. I'm actually working on taking some classes so I could pursue a more viable career even. And, you know, I have other shit going on in my life. I'd miss the hell out of this if I got completely deplatformed, but oh well. Yeah. I mean, on one level, this whole YouTube thing has been a blast for me. You know, it's a wonderful creative outlet. A number of you have been very supportive. You've donated, you know, you've sponsored, all that great stuff. I've met literal lifelong friends from this, and I've gotten to interview and chat with people that I genuinely admire. You know, guys like Medicare and Razor Fist and Common Filth. I admired the hell out of those guys. I was fans of them. And hell, most of the people I've become, you know, really even close friends with, I started out as fans with. You know? So if this goes away tomorrow, it sucks, but you know what? I had it for a while. It was fun. You know, nothing lasts forever. Lord giveth, Lord taketh away. But I'm not somebody who makes a living doing this. There's a lot of people who do. And those people, they get fucked over.
Or specifically, they let it get into their heads. They think they're bigger than they actually are.
So yeah, this nonsense of the way the tech companies, you know, treat us all. I mean, can you imagine that? You know, you fucking, you know, your bank card decides to hold your funds because you said a racial epithet the other day or something. It's insane. You know, this can't continue. Something has to be done about it. These fucking creepy soy boy bugmen in Silicon Valley cannot be allowed to be the fucking kings of the world. This can't fucking go. You know. Christ, they make the robber barons of 150 years ago seem like saints. At least they weren't trying to turn us all into fucking trannies. So, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, I know. The Money Badgers. Let's talk about the Money Badgers, shall we? So, I was on Davis's stream last night. It was right afterwards that I found out about the Showa. So I'm on Davis's stream, and we're talking about the Money Badgers. Now, for those of you that don't know, and I've mentioned this numerous times, so let's go over it again for the cheap seats. What happened? Why am I referring to the Honey Badgers as the Money Badgers? What happened here? Well, it all started when somebody associated with the Money Badgers, a guy named Dr. Randomer Camp, decided to go into the comments of one of Mr. Mediker's videos and try and tone police him because he didn't feel like, well, Jim's video was about a autistic schizophrenic pedophile named Jonathan Ross, and Randomer Camp was trying to be like, oh, you shouldn't say autism is an insult, that makes my pussy hurt, and Jim was having none of the tone policing, so it didn't go well for Randomer Camp, and Jim kept trying to get Randomer Camp to come on a stream with him, one of the Morning Kumite or Andy Worski or something like that. Randomer Camp wouldn't do it. Finally, Allison from the Money Badgers does it, although she doesn't even argue any of what's going on, doesn't even seem to really know what's going on. She just comes on by her own admission to shill, to push her shit. Now look, when you have guests on your show, as far as I'm concerned, they can come in, they can say, hey, check out my Patreon and all, but then they got to do what they came on the show to do, So Allison just publicly shits her pants. And it goes from there, and they keep doubling down, they keep picking at Jim on Twitter and stuff like that. Finally, Karen does a video that I just found, Girl Writes What? I just found absolutely disgusting. She turns into basically fucking Anita. I don't know how else to put this. She's all like, you're not a real man because you don't show your face. They've taken this completely 180-degree idea on anonymity on the internet that they used to believe. Well, last night I was saying, on the off chance you should hear this, Karen and Allison and the whole rest of you fucking Money Badgers, stop. It's time to stop. That meme of the guy holding up the clock, it's time to stop. Well, it's too late to stop now.
No more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Yeah, it's time to stop, Karen. Well, it's too late to stop, Karen. You called down the thunder. We were discussing last night, Mediker is a force of nature. Okay? He's not on anyone's side. All right? He's just a force of lulls, all right? And you called down the thunder. You called down this storm. You summoned it. And now Hurricane Jim is barreling right to your fucking shore.
Or I shouldn't do it because something bad's gonna happen. I suddenly want to do it even more. Gets me very fucking interested. So you can look forward to some highly entertaining videos to come. Or as Karen would put it,
lolling at the lol cows just for the lols.
Yeah, he does a video and it's already looking bad of this series he's now started. He zones in on the fact that Karen was very, very afraid of Dean Esme, a former associate of the Honey Badgers, talking to Jim because Karen was afraid Dean was going to, quote, make up things about financial discrepancies. Karen was very, very panicky about what Dean might have to say. Which I would argue perhaps a bit too panicky if Dean is indeed full of shit in anything he might have to say in this. Look, these people have had like 4,000 fucking fundraisers. They've been fighting this court battle for 3 years. You know, they hired a lawyer that can't even fucking practice law. There's some questions regarding how the money is being handled. And Jim's gonna get some answers to those questions, because that's what Jim fucking does. You know, that man missed his calling. He is an amazing investigative reporter when he is so inclined to do so. There's some smoke there. And you know what? This whole time, it didn't have to go this way, ladies. It didn't have, like, this fucking shitstorm that's now headed directly your way, it didn't have to go this way. If Randomer Camp would have not picked this fight, you wouldn't have this problem. If Randomer Cam, or whatever the fuck this faggot's name is, would have not been a pussy and argued with Jim on the stream, you would have not had this problem. If he would have refused to go on stream but then also stopped fucking tweeting about it, you wouldn't have this problem. If Allison hadn't gone on and shit her pants so publicly, you wouldn't have this problem. If you weren't constantly running your mouth about it after Allison shit her pants, it would have died down and gone away. The internet blood sports guys like Kumite, or like Tonkasaw and Worski and all, they were like, you know, we were ready to move on, but you just kept, you know, he just kept fucking coming back for more. And Karen, if you hadn't made this video, you probably wouldn't have this problem. There were many off-ramps on this highway to hell. many times that this train stopped and you could have gotten off. But there's no more stops. Like this, it's too late now. I would invite everybody to watch Karen's video.
To show you.
Holy shit! Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I would invite everyone to watch Karen's video, because it's absolutely disgusting. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to it, and I'm remembering the glory days of Gamergate when I first heard about these bitches, and I'm thinking, like, man, I seem to remember an old saying about, you know, what happens when you fight monsters. You know, what happens when you stare into the abyss too much. You know, I seem to remember some sayings regarding that. It's going to be very, very entertaining. It's going to be very, very entertaining. Yeah, I saw that video about the money badgers, and Jim had been talking for a little while about maybe doing something on the MRAs or whatever, men's rights activists, because he's not had a lot of good experience with them, as he's put it. Oh, and you know what? That's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people. I know Davis and Matt, and they've sort of reversed on it, but they were very anti-internet blood sports a little while ago. And a lot of people who try and have more serious podcasts, they were very anti-internet blood sports. I never really was. I've been in it. I've enjoyed it since I first discovered it, and I think it's done some good. Right here, it has exposed the money badgers as the soulless, autistic shills that they are. And I didn't know that. A month ago, I didn't think much of the honey badgers, in that I literally didn't think about them much. You know, I'd almost forgot they existed. But I had fond memories of them from Gamergate. I thought highly of them, even if I wasn't necessarily a fan. But I don't think that anymore, and I think a lot of people don't think that anymore. So we'll see. We'll see what Jim digs up. but Jim's gonna dig some stuff up, and we'll see where that goes. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Luke is about to get a big bump in subscribers. Probably. I mean, although he has about as many subscribers as I do.
I imagine our audiences overlap, and if there is an increase, it's only an increase in the audience that follow you and not me.
Yeah. Let's see. Was it the Money Badger? Karen is cringy. That video certainly was. Did Bechtloff lose his streaming privileges? Yes, indeed, I did. Let's see. Bechtloff, Arini, Forney, and all associated people are literally one of the things I look forward to all week. I don't even watch stupid TV anymore. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. I mean, shit, I watch Arrow and Flash. That's the only things I watch. And to be honest, I am like way behind on them. I haven't watched Arrow and Flash since that Crisis on Earth X crossover in, I think, December. Like, all my free time has been Zelda Breath of the Wild these last few months. Somebody says maybe it was firing back at law enforcement. Oh yeah, I did say that on the stream, didn't I? Any police agency, any police or federal agents that attempt to disarm me, I will open fire on. I stand by that.
I have only
I'm gonna get
from my cold dead hand.
Yeah, like that's some sort of like, this is the thing, like, everybody wants to say my cold dead hands and not actually think about what the hell that means. Like, I see some of these, rednecks around here with their Blue Lives Matter sticker right next to their come and take it sticker. And it's like, gee, buddy, at a certain point, you might have to make a very uncomfortable choice there. Huh? Because who do you think's coming to take it? Anything else in the chat? How did Artistic Layman and Bechtloff become friends? I don't remember. I think I saw you on Davis's channel or something. And
I remember. I followed Davis previously, and then he featured you on a couple of of his streams, and so I followed you. You saw me subscribe to you, and you came in contact with me because you liked my videos.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What was that? Like how long was that? What was that? Like 3 years ago?
Oh shit! Like 3 years ago, easy.
Let me double check. I'm sure it was our first.
Let's see. Yeah, nothing else in the chat.
About 2 years ago. Let's see. April 4th, 2015.
So damn near 3 years on the dot.
Mm-hmm. Way back when you were just doing no special pictures and no special images. Speaking of which, is everyone enjoying the background music?
Let's see. Yeah, I don't even hear it.
Oh yeah, you can't hear, but the audience can.
That's awesome. Oh, man. I might wrap this up here shortly. I just really wanted to let everyone know what was going on and kind of do a test run, make sure everything's okay. So yeah, to everybody knows, for at least the next 3 months, this is where the Bechtloff show is going to be. The Saturday shows will be here.
Pray that they don't flag us.
Yeah,
Either because if that happens, we're gonna have to pre-record them. We'll do what Davis used to do: pre-record them and upload them on David Bechtloff's channel.
Yeah, I mean there won't be, if this gets fucking flagged, there won't be live streams then. I mean, I could do pre-recorded podcasts or something, but I don't know. I'd have to figure something out. But I mean, a large portion of the Saturday show is the live audience. People like interacting live with things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's obviously the super chats and stuff like that. But yes, thank you, Luke, for hosting us on your channel here.
Always a pleasure.
Folks, if you enjoy the content I put out, you can check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Amazon wish list. Those links should be down below in the video description of this. And yeah, I think that's about all we got for tonight, folks. I mostly just wanted to test everything out, see how this works. And let's see what else. Oh, there's that one. There's another animated video coming, right, Luke?
Oh yeah, it's in the process of being made.
Okay, cool. So there'll at least be something coming up on my channel next. Oh, and I'm gonna have Luke make a little. We're gonna make a little quick announcement thing on my channel because I'm sure there's some people who don't follow me on social media at all. But yeah, folks, all I can say is like, email your congressman and your senator and bitch about what's going on. And I'm not saying like, oh, bitch on my behalf. Because again, if this rug gets yanked out from under me, I'll be sad about it, but I'll be fine. But bitch, you know, point out like the base stickman guy and how PayPal essentially stole money from him. You know, and ask like, you know, how, you know, could a bank do that? Just close, you know, just take away your checking account because you said nigger or something? Is that the world we live in now? You know, ask them. You know, email your senator, your congressman, whatever, and say what the hell is going on with this? Why are these companies able to do this? You know. And you let it, and then let them, if they're a Republican representative or senator, you let them know that if these companies do this on a long enough timeline, you're not going to be elected to so much as dog catcher ever again, because no voice to the right of Bill Clinton will ever be heard. So yeah, like. This is probably the most important issue out there. And I mean, I've talked about it a little bit before, and I understand that, oh, you know, well, Bechtloff, you're just talking about it more now because it happened to you. Yeah, it happened to me, and it's on my mind. But I have mentioned it before that something's got to be done about this. Well, something's really got to be done about this, folks. Because I got news for you. If there's some fucking bug man at YouTube or Google that just has me in their sights and is bound and determined to deplatform me, then this show's going to end up going bye-byes. You know, I don't have the technical skill nor necessarily even the incentive to, you know, to constantly do workarounds. If they're bound and determined to throw me the hell off, then they're going to. There's nothing that can be done about it.
I suppose we could always make another channel.
I could, but I mean, how many times can you do? You know.
Well, Jim has done a dozen.
Well, yeah, but he's not getting thrown off. He just fucks off and then comes back. But no, I mean, you know, there's not a lot you can do about it if they really, really want to fuck you over like that. You know, and. Yeah, so you gotta get in touch with your congressman. You gotta really, you know, make your voice heard while you still fucking have it. And I cannot emphasize enough: if you don't have a gun, get a gun. You know, if you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy one. The censorship we're going to see in this election cycle is probably going to be staggering. You know.
This is one of my favorite memes.
So yeah, folks. Like I said, somebody says, "Hey Bechtloff, what are you studying?" Don't worry about it. Bechtloff, do you know why you got flagged? No, that's the thing. They don't tell you. They won't tell you. You know how you're supposed to follow the rules when they won't tell you how you broke them. Let's see. What was the reason you got censored? Don't know. Yeah. All right, folks. So, like I said, if you enjoy the show, you know, I appreciate any, I appreciate it if you become a regular supporter on Patreon. You know, if you do a one-time donation on the PayPal, you know, you do the Amazon wish list. I still got to set up the fucking cryptocurrency thing. That stuff should all be in the description below the video. So yeah, this will be the home for the show for the next 3 months at least. And that's all I got for tonight, folks. Kind of tired, actually. Bechtloff out.
And we'll close with the immortal words of Bugs Bunny.
Well, like the man says, don't take life too seriously. You'll never get out of it alive.